Deepak, you audit leadership teams that are stuck in these kind of cycles. When you walk into a company where the pipeline is being held together by heroics, as I'm just assuming, instead of systems, what are the three earliest warning signals you see, or how would you kind of assess there's a problem with the ecosystem, there's a problem with this startup or this company, and
The way I
yeah.
would answer that is, I just want you to tag along with me into a typical sales meeting. And this is what I typically notice, right? Is that you will suddenly sit there and you'll realize that everyone in the room is talking about a system, but no one is in the system. And I know it sounds funny. This is when
Mhm.
lone wolf culture comes in, or where someone talks a different methodology, someone talks a different method. For me, there are three early signs, and these signs usually come up within 10 minutes of any sales review that I will be sitting, watching, listening, and trying to understand, right? And I've suffered these as well. And for clarity's sake, I've also made these mistakes in my own career in reviews, right? Number one that I've noticed is that leaders talk more than they listen. This is where your meetings have become monologues. A conversation starts where you're actually supposed to be coaching the team, and you end up interrogating the team, and you're talking and talking and talking about how you used to do things in the good old days and how they should do it. Essentially, that's performance theater. It's heroics where you are standing there like Superman and you're telling people, but it has no relevance because it's not contextual. And people used to be motivated by this 10, 15 years ago, not anymore.
Mhm.
The post COVID world requires a different level of motivation. So that's the first one. Number two one is everyone is talking about how busy they are. But when you ask them, your calendar is full, but I want you to tell me exactly what exactly will you be achieving from this meeting. And that's when you realize that what people are doing is they're accelerating to what I call exhaustion, right? But
Mhm.
there's nobody thinking. If you're trying to scale a business, you really need to look at what are the intent and purpose of those meetings in your diary. And that's been my biggest way to call people out. And when you'll also realize, if you look at the agenda of a meeting, and which you'll be surprised, something that could be resolved in a 1 minute, 2 minute conversation, people are putting 20 minutes, 30 minutes in a diary for. That is,
Yeah.
there's your exhaustion, there's your burnout right there. And here's the most critical one. When I go to sales kickoff and I actually listen very carefully to why people are winning awards, you're going to be surprised. People get recognition because they're firefighters, not because they're architects.